right, guys, I got you up nice and close so we can see the eyes. Hopefully I got you close enough. Looks like it. All right, so before I go any further, let me just put a little bit of moisturizer on my face. I feel ashy. And I do have some eyebrow tutorials up on my channel already that are not too old. So I'll go ahead and just link the most recent eyebrow tutorial in my description bar down below. All right, friends, now that I've applied a little lotion on my face, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion. You can use any eyeshadow primer you want. I really like this one, and I love Milani's. Actually, I love e.l.f.'s as well, and I think that's only $2. I'm just using up what I have right now. The next thing I'm going to do is apply a little bit of concealer to my eyelids. I want my eyelids to be nice and flat, just one nice shade, a nice canvas, so all my eyeshadows look really nice on top. I'm just using the Sigma E50 brush to just blend in the concealer. Okay, so that looks nice and pretty. I'm also going to use my face powder. I'm just using this as a closer mirror, but I'm going to use the powder inside as well to set that. Next, I'm going into one of my neutral palettes. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. There are lots and lots of neutral shades inside of this palette. Everybody has a palette that, well, most people have a palette that has lots of neutral shades so that you can wear them to weddings, to business affairs, things like that. Something nice and, you know, calm. So if you have anything like that, reach for it. I know that you have colors similar to this in your collection. I'm going to lightly use that in my brow bone area. So I place it in the highest point of my brow and kind of pull downward. This is a very pretty shade as a brow bone highlight. You can also use this as a cheek highlight. I think it's very lovely. And the brush I'm using for my brows, this is a e.l.f. detailing brush. It's a nice little angle on it and you can get right in those small areas. Really love brushes like this. I buy these like in bulk, 5 or 6 at a time. All right, so now I'm gonna search through this palette and see if I can find a transition color. I'm just using my fingers. That's one that could be nice. I like to use transition colors that are close to my skin tone, maybe a little deeper, and then I go deeper as I go down on the lid. Usually I use a popping eyelid color, but the outer corner, the transition will always be darker than the brow bone and the lid color. But I'm going to go with this one right here. All of those over here you see were possibles, but I think I like this one because of that orangey undertone. It reminds me of Saddle from MAC, or either Coastal Scents. You guys know I had a shade from Coastal Scents I absolutely love. Coastal Scents recently went out of business, so that surprised me. A lot of us had, I still got so many things from Coastal Scents, so many eyeshadows. I love the eyeshadows from Coastal Scents. So affordable. Not sure what happened, but they're no longer in business, so. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes. I don't like that brush. I'm starting to think I don't like this transition shade. I think it's okay. I could have went a little darker, but it's okay. It will do. So I'm going in little circles on the outer corner. I'm going in windshield wiper motions. I'm kind of blending upward towards the brow bone. Blending the brow color with the transition color a bit. All right, I'm going to go a little bit deeper before I go into the outer corner color. So I'm going to go into this brown right here and just work my way down just a little bit deeper until I get to that outer corner where I know I'm going to want to put a very deep brown. Now for the outer corner, I'm going to use that deep brown right here in the center. It's a matte brown and it looks very deep. Hopefully it shows up that way. Yes, it's a pretty deep shade, pretty deep. And you could create a V shape here. Here's your V right in here. I'm gonna drag it into like the center of the eye, not too far in, dragging it and blending as you go along. Gonna also pull it into my lower lash line like this. Just look up and get it right there in that outer corner. Make it look nice and smoky in the outer corner. Just pulling a little in the inner corner. I'm using what's on the brush. I'm really defining the outer corner, but I'm dragging to the inner corner, and I'm using the residue that's on the brush and just blending up here in the front. So there's a touch of all of those colors right up here in the front, but it's not so defined. You know what I'm saying? It's not so in your face. And then we're just going to take our finger in a second and we're going to apply a little lid color. Just a little, just lightly. Something in the palette. Maybe, might go back into the brow bone color. And just add a little sparkle to the inner, like right there in the center. And then that's it. You can add a lash or something like that and it will be gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to go away for a second, get this eye up to speed, then come back with this one. Alright guys, so we're all caught up here on both eyes. We did what we can. I'm just going to get a little bit of the brow bone color and put it right here on the center lid. Same color I used in the brow bone. Okay, and I'm just going to lightly go around it with the same brush I used for the dark brown shade. Sometimes I look down in my mirror so I can see the height of the eyeshadow. You don't want one way up here, like your shadow goes way up here, and then on this eye it's down here. I'm trying to make sure the height is right. Sometimes I mess up, sometimes it's not perfect, but I try. Okay, I'm going to use a liquid liner. I'm going to get as close to my lash line as possible and just create a little line. I'm not going to go for a wing or anything. I just want to get close to my lash line and just put some darkness up here. Alright, so we're going to put on some mascara. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of black pencil in my waterline. So this is the Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil. I'm going to put just in the outer waterline right here. Maybe take it to the middle of the eye and that's it. Drag it down to the lash line just a bit. Okay, it's waterproof, it's smudge proof, so once it sets, it's not gonna move. It's even hard to get off. You really gotta use some oils and stuff to get it off. Makeup remover wipes really don't even work too well with this. I really love it when I'm gonna use it for, like, go out for a long time. I always save my bottom lashes for later. Alright guys, now that I feel like we're finished with our eyes, we're going to do our face, and I already applied my moisturizer. We're going to be using the e.l.f. Matte Oil Control Primer. It has clay and tea tree in it, tea tree oil I'm assuming. And I haven't used this yet. I hope it doesn't do anything funky. It's coming out more like a silicone primer. Those don't usually do anything for me, and that you can smell that tea tree in it. So if you don't like the smell of tea tree, you're not gonna like this. You could definitely smell it. That's a hard scent to mask, you know. It makes the skin feel super smooth, but I never really have luck with primers that feel like this. Lucky I'm not going anywhere. I wouldn't test this if I was going somewhere. Alright, we're going to give it a few minutes to kind of set on the face, and then we're going to move into our foundation. The foundation I'm using today, I actually picked this up from Ulta. This is CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous foundation. It's not new or anything like that, but it's hard to find. I found it on Ulta's website. I always use in CoverGirl. Soft Sable, and it's another shade. I'm kind of between those two shades, so I got this in Soft Sable. All right, shaking that up a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and cover up some of my blemishes here. We're gonna be using my Naked or Stay Naked Correcting Concealer, and this one I have an 80 Neutral. And you guys saw this in the last video, so I'm gonna speed this part up a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and lightly set that concealer with a little bit of this face powder. This is my ColourPop face powder. This is the darkest one they have. It's not my skin tone, so I use it for things like this. And I like the fact that it has like a little neutral shade to it. So when something is too red or too orangey, I could apply this. I almost use it like a translucent powder. Alright guys, I had to get all of that wateriness out of the foundation. I had to shake it up really, really well. You know, when they sit on shelves or whatever for too long. So I finally got that, and it's coming out thicker now. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 pumps here. I'm going to use my Sigma Flat Kabuki, and we're going to work with this. Alright guys, I'm applying the foundation. I'm not going to stop. This is what I'm going to use. I already went this far, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. It's not covering like I thought it would. There are other foundations from CoverGirl that work so well, but this one I'm not feeling too much. I don't know. Maybe when I'm all done and I go and look in the bright lights in the bathroom, I might feel a little differently, but right now I'm not feeling it. But we're going to move on. I'm going to use the same concealer I used on my eyelids earlier. This is CoverGirl True Blend Undercover, and this is in the shade Bronze. Just applying that under my eyes. That concealer, in my opinion, gave me a little bit more coverage. It gave me what I was looking for, at least at the top here. I don't know about that foundation, and it dries like really matte. So I'm thinking if you find your correct shade, you're super oily, and you get a nice new bottle, maybe my bottle just sat too long, I don't know. But you may love it if you're oily, because it sets. It really does. It sets fast and it does not move. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of the Sephora brand. This is their gel concealer, gel serum concealer. This one is in Devil's Food. It is a beautiful concealer. I can't talk too much about it because I haven't tried other shades, but this one I love, and I still have to buy more shades. I think if I find the shade that works best for my skin tone, I will possibly use that as, you know, kind of like a spot check foundation, and just cover up my little spots, put a little powder on, and keep going. That's how good it is. I just need to find the right shade for me. Alright, so we're going to go back into my powder, and because my lighter powders and darker powders and all of that stuff is out of reach right now, we're just going to lightly set the whole face with this. Because the foundation is really, really mattifying everything. It's like I almost feel like I don't need a powder. But this room is very warm and I don't want to not put any powder. And we're going to work on that bottom lash line. Just comb out those lashes a bit. Try to be careful because this is usually where I mess up. Alright, I'm going to use my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I'm going to try my best not to get it on my lashes, just on my face. Alright friends, I changed my shirt now that I've done all the messy stuff. So I'm back. We're going to be doing our lips. I have some colors from Dose of Colors that I bought recently. So we're going to be trying these out. One is called Hot Cocoa, and Hot Cocoa looks like that. I think that might be a little too deep. We also have Tough Cookie, and I think they were having like a sale or something. And I saw those on some nice neutral lip glosses. So this is Tough Cookie. And I think I'm going to like this one simply because it reminds me of Anastasia Beverly Hills' Sepia. At least on the outside of the bottle. I love the color. This one is called That's Cool. So a cool tone shade. This would probably look good with Stone from MAC. Okay, so we're going to use a dark brown liner. My liner is so busted. Don't laugh at me. Okay, so I'm going to try the darkest one anyway, just because I'm curious. I want to see what it looks like. So it's in these glass bottles. You screw it open here, and that's what it looks like. Doe Foot Applicator. And this one again is called Hot Cocoa. It's pretty though. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's very pretty. It's not too deep. I like that. That's Hot Cocoa. Okay, so Hot Cocoa was very, very nice. I like that one. So I put some lip liner back on. Let's try Tough Cookie. Very pretty. That's so pretty. That's gorgeous. And yes, I know I have something just like it. I like that one. Very pretty, like matching shade of getting close to, you know, the fall again. So pretty for the fall. Alright friends, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I think it came together pretty nice. I think everybody has colors like this in their arsenal, so just go with it. I know I have done plenty of videos with similar colors. I know that. But hey, you know, sometimes we perfect our game, right? So I think that I'm doing a better job than I did a year ago or 2 years ago, and that's why we keep practicing. So I will talk to you guys in another video. Stay safe out there. Cyber kisses.